that juncture, it is important to note that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has indefinitely postponed elections in different elective seats that did not conduct elections in this year's general election. And one of those affected is the Mombasa gubernatorial role, and that is the reason why I'm joined by Abdulswamad Nassir, who's one of the candidates in that particular race. Abdulswamad, if you can hear me, good evening.
Yes, I can. Good evening to you. How are you?
I'm fine, Mheshimiwa. So what do you make of this postponement of the elections in Mombasa County by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission?
Total abuse of office by one individual. And I'm hoping, really hoping that the media are actually going to be reading and laying it out to the public what the act that governs IEBC say. It's very clear. Such decisions cannot be made by an individual. They have to be made by the commission. So first of all, we need to ask this question, whether the commission sat down and they got a quorum for them to make such a decision. Secondly, the Election Act is very clear as well, Article 55. It's instances where a postponement of an election can be is one in the event that there's a serious problem with peace. Secondly, if there's a natural disaster that has gone on. And thirdly, in the event at all there's a breach, a malpractice in how the elections were conducted. So you please tell me, first of all, in the first instance, which of those three clauses were the ones that caused them, other than their own negligence? And then now in this instance, Mombasa has been so peaceful. There's been no incident at all, no violence. None of their staff have actually reported that, that they have been attacked or anything of that nature. And you just do it. They just do it without consulting, without doing anything. Ni kama ni, commission mali ya baba ya mtu, mama ya mtu. People are just doing it and thinking that everything will just go the way it is.
Mheshimiwa, you've cited some reasons there, and that's anchored on.
And I'm stating this categorically. Mm-hmm. This is only being done. Mark my words. This is being done. One, they purposely misprinted Kakamega and Mombasa because they knew this was Azimio strongholds. The elections that passed on 8th proved that the amount of people who have been able to win in Mombasa, close to 90% plus of all leaders who've been elected in Mombasa are Azimio. They knew that this was going to cause a problem in terms of turnout, and now they're trying to do this with that vivid imagination, a friction of their imagination coming out, hoping that their chosen person is the one who's going to be president and the Supreme Court is going to rule in their favor, so that now they're in power and then they can do these elections the way they want to do them. We're going to go to court. There's one person called Raila Amolo Odinga who sacrificed to make this constitution the way it is, so that we don't have Chebukatis out there trying to abuse power in this country.
Well, Mheshimiwa, you've said that it was deliberate that we have elections done separately in Mombasa and Kakamega, two strongholds of the Azimio One Kenya coalition, as you say. But looking at the numbers, the two coalitions, the two front runners, that is the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya as well as the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, seems to have almost an equal number of governors. Why the interest in Kakamega and Mombasa, according to you?
It's not even an issue of that alone. It was an issue of low turnout on those areas because of voter apathy, by the fact that there were not going to be any governors vying in those races. So in the process of them doing that, look at the difference that has been there between the two. In fact, that difference that is even being defied by us, that difference is so marginal. Do you know the impact that this would have had elections in Mombasa and Kakamega been done? They did this. This is so well choreographed. And they're hoping, of course, for their own personal interests,
Mm-hmm. Well, Mheshimiwa, you've cited some reasons.
And I'm insisting, listen, the commission has to be guided by law.
Yeah.
All right? The commission cannot just be guided by someone. When did they sit down? Are the minutes that they actually sat down and decided on postponing these elections? And they casually call these elections by-elections. These are not by-elections. These are part of the general election that you violated the constitution. Mr. Chebukati, you violated the constitution of this country. They are part of the general election. No one ever anticipated that we're going to have general election in different days in this country. Total negligence.
Well,
now the cause of this, people of Mombasa and Kakamega have to suffer.
Well, Mheshimiwa, you've cited some of the reasons that are in the law, reasons that would warrant such elections to be postponed indefinitely, but the Commission cites threats to its commissioners. In fact, sadly, one IEBC officer is dead as we speak right now. The Commission has cited such as the reasons why to the reason why that has been postponed indefinitely. Hold on, sir. You have talked about what the Constitution says, and I just wanted to know, don't you think such threats to the commissioners or to the IEBC staff would warrant such an important decision to be made, with or without a quorum?
First and foremost, we have a county returning officer who by law is the one who is set up to actually conduct these elections. The commission is only meant to facilitate them. If at all there was anything, any threat, which again, you know, these guys can just be able to do anything. If they can be able to postpone election twice, these guys are capable of doing anything, you know, even cook up this kind of things. Have you heard of anyone saying that anyone in Mombasa has been threatened? Have you heard of violence going on in Mombasa? Please tell me which staff member in Mombasa. Their own employees in Mombasa were willing and ready, and they're actually prepared to conduct an election on Tuesday.
Mheshimiwa, do you feel that this postponement will cause voter apathy in those two areas, Kakamega and Mombasa?
I don't feel it, I know it. That is what they intend. It's not about me feeling, it's about me knowing. I've been in this industry long enough to know what it is that they're up to. They're making Kenyans lose faith in the whole electoral process. I don't even know how some of these people can actually eat and have a decent sleep, knowing very well they're denying millions of people their constitutional right.
Mheshimiwa, and finally, as we wind this up, you are a serious stakeholder in this. You are one of the main stakeholders in the elections that are going to be held when the IEBC will announce that. But has the Commission reached out to you officially? Because there are issues like campaign financing that are involved, and you are a stakeholder. Has the Commission reached to you or
they have
called you officially?
They never bothered. They have never bothered. They don't even have that audacity or the courtesy of saying that we need to call people and explain to them. They never did. As a matter of fact, I'm still perplexed. The last time that they asked for, they sanctioned a postponement of these elections, where they went ahead and said that they're being postponed for 2 weeks. Our competitors were already bragging that elections are being postponed 2 weeks before that announcement was formally done by IEBC. How did those people know before the media? That I'm assuming they've consulted and agreed with the other side. Time will tell, but I'll tell you what else time will tell. Time will tell that people are going to make their right choice. Frustrate us as much as you wish, but I'm telling you, we're firmly going to be strongly be in where we believe. And we're going to win these elections. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Well, thank you very much, sir, and all the best in your bid. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, that is